Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, April the 6th. We're 2 days now after Easter. Again, I hope you had a blessed Easter this past weekend. I hope that you're safe and you're well and you're blessed this morning. I want to read to you from the book of Proverbs. This is chapter 26, and I'm going to read verses 13 through 16. The sluggard says, "There is a lion in the road, a fierce lion roaming the streets. As a door turns on its hinges, so a sluggard turns on his bed. The sluggard buries his hand in the dish. He is too lazy to bring it back to his mouth. The sluggard is wiser in his own eyes than 7 men who answer discreetly." May God add his blessing to the reading and hearing of his word this morning. I saw a little quip the other day that said, I wonder if we lazy people go to heaven, or do they just send someone to pick us up? There was a contest to determine the laziest man in the land. The first candidate, he was what we'd call situationally lazy. He was only lazy when it came to things that he didn't want to do. He kept making excuses not to go to work. There's a lion in the streets was his most creative excuse. The second contestant was congenitally lazy. He didn't even bother to enter the contest. He simply rolled over in bed and went back to sleep. The third candidate, he was the winner. He was so lazy that although his hand was in the dish, in the meal's main dish, he couldn't be bothered to lift out his hand to his mouth to eat the food. He was fatally lazy. Actually, all 3 candidates lost. You know, they say life is too meaningless to make any effort to live. The lazy people say that. But the Christian's life is not meaningless. I mean, God calls on us, God calls on us to be steadfast. As Paul writes in 1 Corinthians 15, verse 58, he says we're to be always abounding in the work of the Lord. Listen to that now. Always abounding in the work of the Lord. Now, the last couple of days, Sunday in my sermon and yesterday, I've talked about us being active in sharing what the Lord has done for us. We are to always abound in the Lord's work. Listen, if a person's not willing to work, then he or she can find endless excuses to avoid it. And some of those excuses can really be quite creative. But if they don't want to work, they're going to make some kind of excuse why they shouldn't have to or they can't. But you know, laziness, we need to know that laziness is more dangerous than a prowling lion. The less you do, the less you want to do. And the more useless you become. I'm going to say that again. The less you do, the less you want to do, and the more useless you become. If you feel yourself getting lazy, some would call it stagnant as far as your walk with Christ, you need to pray. And pray now, and pray for strength, and pray for persistence. To keep your excuses from making you useless. Just stop making useless excuses. Let us be always abounding in the work of the Lord. I'm Pastor Mark. Love you guys. Be safe, be well, be blessed. Go do something for Jesus. And I'll see you tomorrow.